Good. Okay. Hey guys, we're back. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, which seems to happen from time to time. So thank you guys for being patient and rejoining us. Brad was continuing where we left off. We were talking about the first time that you had a seizure.
Yeah, I found out it was April 3rd, 2013. I'll always remember that day, unfortunately. Um, and it started out pretty normal, obviously. Got up and had breakfast. Went out to breakfast with my then girlfriend. Um, and then she had an appointment in Saginaw that day, and so a friend of mine drove her to Saginaw. And then um, fast forward to the evening hours for dinner time, and I was making dinner for us. I was making one of the sides for us, and then I just all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I don't know what triggered it, and to this day, nobody knows what triggered it. I fell. I just pretty much collapsed on my kitchen floor,
Oh wow.
and yeah, I didn't have no warning, no nothing, and so it was. Um, Obviously very traumatic because obviously it sent me to the hospital and sent me to the ER uh, here in our town, Carroll. And then obviously it transferred me right away to St. Mary's because that was obviously the better route to go. And so I spent almost a week in Saginaw at St. Mary's, and I don't remember most of it, and I'm somewhat glad I don't. But
Yeah.
but it's still at the same time scary because you didn't know what happened, you don't know why it happened, and to this day I don't know. They've given my neurologist has given me several examples of what could have happened. It could have been loud music or lights, bright lights, all just coming on suddenly.
Oh wow.
Because if someone like turns on the bedroom light in the
Hmm.
middle of the night, if someone turns it on, I gotta like close my eyes or they gotta give me a warning because if the light just comes on bam like that and I'm not ready for it, then it could throw me to a seizure, I guess. So I got educated a lot over the first year of me ever having a seizure. So that's. But like I said, thankfully I've only had 7 or 8 of them really in 7 years. So I've been very fortunate than some other people. There's
Yeah.
other people that have it constantly.
Hmm.
But like a couple of my high school friends up here in Carroll, um, they have pure blown epilepsy where they get it quite frequent. But I've been very fortunate in my regard that I've only had as many as I've had, and so that's why I don't really actually have a true label of what I have. It's just epilepsy. They don't tell me like there's grand mal, there's a couple other different kind of types of seizures. I don't even know what type mine really technically is because I
Oh
don't think
wow.
they've classified it. So they just say you got epilepsy.
That's all they say.
Here's some pills for you.
Wow. But with that being, knowing that you have those and that they have you on a regimen with medication and stuff that you talked about,
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's got to give a little bit of peace of mind to not have them as many or have as many, and you know.
Right, and to go with my arthritis, I had to stop taking um, a lot of the ibuprofen and Motrins and stuff because that was actually advancing my kidney issues. Because I ended up at one point when I was in the uh, St. Mary's for my seizures, they also come to find out that I had stage 3 chronic kidney disease. I was just uh, not far away from actually being on stage 4 and going to dialysis.
Oh wow.
Thankfully, through the nephrologist that I have,
Hmm.
um, thankfully I'm on the border of stage 2 and stage 3, so I've made a considerable, you know, recovery, if you will, from that. But I still have to worry about it technically. I still have to kind of watch what I eat and what I drink and stuff. I mean, I still drink the pop, but they tell me it's not really good for me. But no, screw you. I'm still drinking that.
Right.
you,
I was
you
gonna
ain't you
ask
ain't
you.
taking my Pepsi or Coke away from me.
I was
Nope.
gonna ask you if like the diet affected that as well. Like if there were certain things that you couldn't have that would
Yeah,
trigger a lot of the stuff that you got going on, or.
yeah. They told me that I had to stop. I had to stop eating a lot of like red meat. I had to
Oh,
stop eating a lot of hamburgers. I would still eat the hamburgers, obviously,
right.
but I would just have to do it in moderation,
Yeah.
and I couldn't have so much.
Yeah.
And they told me, well, you had to eat more fish and more chicken. Well, that's fine because I like fish and chicken both.
Right.
I just had to find a way to incorporate them even more, but to do it not so much where when I
Right.
get tired of it.
Right. That's understandable.
So, but yeah,
With
it's
with any kind of diet, you have to face the music of that as well.
Right,
Of
right.
getting rid of the stuff that we all know that we think tastes good and we want, and then changing it up and.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is too. When I was at St. Mary's, they're a heart hospital, and even though I didn't have any heart issues, they still told me I could only eat what was a little red heart. I'm like, really? I tried to order something. I call up the nurse. Hello, cafeteria. Can I help you?
They'd get you every
Oh,
time.
yeah, I want this. I want this. I want this. Oh no, you can't have that. You can only have what's on the heart. I'm like, really? Like, come on now. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I got
that's
your heart
rough.
right here. Anyway.
I remember when I went in for my weight loss surgery, one of the things that I really wanted was a blue raspberry popsicle because it was on the menu. They said I could have as many popsicles, and blue raspberry was my thing. So I asked the nurse for them, and I didn't like them before that, but for whatever reason, that's what I wanted. So I asked the nurse for one, and she's like, "We don't have those anymore because people were getting blue lips, and then we thought they were coating." And I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, that makes sense. Okay then." But
Yeah, they
after
probably,
that,
they probably didn't want to have me have a.
rough.
Yeah, not only didn't want me to have a seizure inside the hospital, they probably didn't want me to have a heart attack. So they
Yeah.
told me, well, you can't have heart attack foods right now. I'm like, wait, a minute, I'm not here for a heart attack. I'm here for a seizure. What? Yeah, I don't see what the connection is there, but okay, fine.
Right. That's gotta be. It's gotta be difficult going through that and changing every. You've had a
did.
lot of stuff that you've had to change out, and with going forward, the mobility scooter would do a lot of really great things for you to continue to keep thriving.
Yeah, because I can't. I thought about getting an adult trike as well for just to keep doing exercise in a way. But then I got to thinking about, well, is the way with my legs the way they are now, and even getting more testing done and scans done, everything, they're still saying my bones and joints are deteriorating bad to the point where maybe even a trike, would not be even that good for me anymore because there would be so much pressure doing the bike and everything. I know definitely I couldn't do a two wheel anymore because I don't have the balance.
Yeah.
But
So there is a fundraiser on Facebook that you have on your page. We've put it on Strange Friends Media. We've put it on Don't Make This Weird podcast and also on Survivor Girl podcast as well. We are thankful because there's been a lot of shares. There's been some donations since you've shared, and then we've put it out there, and other people have started to share. So that's awesome. You have a set amount that you're trying to reach because is it the medical doesn't cover what you are
yeah,
the scooter?
yeah, because several years ago I tried to get one, a three wheel or four wheel, I don't care, just something to get me around, because it was getting difficult for me to ride a two wheel bike anymore because of balance wise. And so that's the other thing too. I was running into my insurance is obviously not the greatest,
Right.
and even though I'm on Social Security now, I won my disability case finally. It took me 4 tries,
Yeah, that's rough.
and
That is rough.
yeah, they were basing it really on my age a lot, and so but it took me 4 times, and but I finally got it. But even after a year and a half of being on it, and they spread out the back pay so ridiculous
Yeah.
that you can't save up for it because you can only have so much in the bank at a time, which
Right.
is total bullcrap to me. Because you should be able to save up and you should be able to do what you need to do instead of having it all go out because you got a place to live, you got a car, you got this and this and that, and with only $783 a month,
Right. It doesn't
you know,
leave. It doesn't leave
it's
much.
not
It
it's not a
doesn't.
lot,
Right.
and so even with the back pay that I received, it, it wasn't really a lot. I couldn't go out and buy a scooter myself.
Right, and
That's what I wanted to do originally, but that plan.
And having to fight for that long in that period of time, don't they have like a specific where you're not supposed to have a job for so many hours, or there's like a whole bunch of stuff that comes with trying to get disability, isn't there?
Right, and you know what? Summer of 2016, I had just turned 33, and I was still working at a job that I was working at. I was a home health care provider for a friend of mine, and I had been doing it for 2 years at the time, and I finally realized I can't do it. I couldn't do it because it was just so hard on me. and I didn't want to quit because I needed the money, obviously, and I knew that I had tried Social Security 2 other times, and they were just like, yeah, up yours, pretty much. This is what it basically
I've
felt
heard
like.
that a lot. Yeah.
And it's like they were basing it off my age and not basing it off of all the medical, bam, right, black and white, right in front of your faces, and they weren't. No,
Weren't
they
budging.
just no, they weren't budging. So they wanted to go against my age. So but the last 3 times that I filed for it, I had a lawyer and stuff, and especially the last 2 times, I had great lawyers, and obviously the third time didn't do it, but obviously the fourth time did, because by that point I got so bad right off the bat, and it was very apparent. And I guess what I found out is, and that's the other thing I didn't know, um, you would think, I was told this by doctors because um, they they thought I already knew it, but I have degenerative disc disease from the middle to my lower back, and that is part of the reason. Besides the legs, that is part of the reason why my I hunch when I'm walking now, is because of the degenerative disc disease. That's part of it. That and one other thing is what got me the Social Security this time.
Yeah.
If that was put in a while back, I would have had it longer.
You would have had it sooner
I would have
than
had it
later.
sooner than what I had now. Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah.
So for anybody that is going through and trying to get disability that needs it, what kind of advice would you give to them?
Obviously, get a lawyer that really only deals with Social Security. I mean, yeah, the lawyer that I had, I mean, he deals with more than just Social Security, but he knows his stuff when it comes to Social Security. He knows it really well. He knows the judges really well. He knows what keywords there are to help get the client what they deserve. Obviously, so lawyer, obviously, number one. Number two is try your best to get every medical documentation you can possibly get. Try to get everything, because try to do all the scans you can get. Try to get everything, even if it's just something little. Document it. If you trip and fell over yourself, which that would be a real miracle, I guess, or not miracle. But even if you did that, if you injured yourself somehow because you're a klutz and you got bad knees and leg issues or whatnot, but just have anything documented that is related for what you're trying to go for disability for.
And I keep hearing that people will say don't give up after the first try, after the second try, and obviously after the third try.
Well,
from what I'm hearing with your situation is not to give up on it.
Well, I didn't necessarily give up, but after the first 2 times, it was a little discouraging. So I thought, no, I'm not gonna, no. But when the third time, I decided I want to go for it. The third time is when I kind of figured that, that's when I need to start getting the ball rolling to see if I can get it this time, and if not, then I'll keep just going and going and going. And unfortunately, almost 4 years ago, I had to quit working. Because everything was just getting bad, and so. That's when I did it. But it took me 3 years after I appealed just to even get it. So I got my Social Security in the spring of 2019. So I've had it just for a little over a year now, thankfully. But like I said, I could have had it a while back if if certain things were actually put in my medical file that would have been key words, obviously. But yeah, with the fundraiser thing, I started that a little over a week ago. It's like we said at the beginning here. I'm stubborn, and I don't like asking for help because I like to be the one to help others before myself. But I started this a week ago, and I've got, obviously, in just 1 week, I've had, obviously, like you said, I've had numerous shares. You guys as well on your media platforms, which I'm appreciative of. Chris as well has shared it. A couple of other my friends obviously have shared it. My family has shared it. I'm up to $425 so far out of the $2,500. The only reason why I did $2,500 is just to give a cushion on, because certain scooters cost more than others. So, and I've had people message me privately and oh, here's a scooter for this month, there's a scooter for that much, scooter for much. I appreciate, giving me pictures of,
Right.
of marketplace for scooters and stuff, and I appreciate all that, but it still takes money, and money is not much I have right now.
Right. Right.
So I still got to do something here.
Yeah.
But no, I've been very thankful. I know I'm getting some more donations in the mail to next week.
Oh wow.
There's a few people that can't do the over the online thing,
Hmm.
which is totally understandable. But yeah, but so like I said, I'm up to 425, and that's just within 7 days of me
That's
starting it. So
awesome.
I've been very thankful on that. I even the largest donation so far was $100, which I was very that really surprised me. That really threw me for a curveball because there was other people that did 20,
Right.
15, 25, 50 here there, but $100, and that $100 was a man from here in Caro.
Hmm.
He's a retired business professional. He was a dentist here in Caro.
Wow.
Let's
Was it
see.
unexpected from, like, was that like a not saying like a shock that he would do something like that, but was it something that somebody that you weren't that wasn't aware that knew that you were trying to raise money?
Well, I don't know if it's because of that or if he found out from other people.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he was a dentist. He was a longtime dentist here in Caro, and I know of him.
Yeah.
I never, thankfully, I never had to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
So, but
It is
but I've
thankful.
I've heard of the guy, and I've heard he donates to other
That's
for other
awesome.
fundraisers, around this area. So that was very thankful. But you can't find it on Facebook. Typing it up on the search. I
Okay.
tried that last night. So basically, the only way to know about it basically is if everybody shares the
Oh,
links
okay.
and stuff. So on your guys' platforms, on all three of yours, that Don't Make the Weird, Survivor Girl, Strange Freds, you see it on there, then go ahead and click on the share on that if you can. Or if you're family and friends of me and whatnot, and that's the only way you're going to be able to find it because you're not going to be able to find it by searching what the title is. It's Brad's Mobility Scooter Fundraiser, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, you
it's-
can't find it on the search, so
Well,
you just
we'll
have to
keep
do it
on
word of mouth.
we'll keep on putting it out there. Also, for those of you that are listening from SouthStateRadio.net, if you go on to Strange Friends Media, if you go on to the other Facebook page for Don't Make This Weird, which you guys listen to from there as well, and Survivor Girl that we're on right now, you can find that link and you can help to put towards donating towards Brad getting a mobility scooter to help him to continue to keep on moving forward, and it's much appreciated. I feel the same that you do when it's time to ask for help, or if we have to ask for help. It's really hard when you are someone that wants to help out others, and I this is a great cause. It will help you to keep on moving forward and everything, and I just when we seen it, we had to share because we understand that when your need, your need, and it's not easy to ask for
Right,
help.
and yeah, you're right, and I don't like asking for help. I rarely, seldom ask for any type of help, and I still because the main thing I want the scooter is to maintain independence somehow. I might not be able to obviously maybe ride it in the winter per se, that thankfully I still have a vehicle
Right.
to drive and ride in and stuff. But when it comes like spring and summer when it's nice outside, then I can still go out just in case something else happens. So. I'm very appreciative of everything, and but like I've said during this cast, I've kept pushing through as best I can, regardless of the cards I've been dealt with, especially the last 2 or 3 years, really.
Yeah.
But
Well, we thank you
Thank you.
for joining and sharing your story with everybody, because just even if we can reach just one person that is going through something that you're going through, or not even the same thing, but can relate on getting back up off the floor again, on pushing forward, and you're inspiring them to keep on going no matter what it is that you're going through. We appreciate that. We're thankful, and that's what Survivor Girl is all about. It's not for just men or women or whatever. It's for everybody, and I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight. And if you guys get a chance, please check out the link. Please help Brad get a donation, even if it's $1, if it's $5, whatever it is. It'll help go towards the bigger picture of it.
and even if you can't donate, if you just can share the links, whatever that's fine. That's just helpful enough. But even if I don't reach my money per goal, per se, the money will be set aside, obviously, and money will still be added, some way, somehow, to, get a scooter at some point. It may not happen this summer. That's fine. But, if somewhere down the line, I'll still have to have it at some point, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just very grateful at all.
So we're hoping that you guys will reach out, donate, and help raise that money so he can get the scooter. We thank you guys for joining us. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday, and remember, life is best lived.